My first movement is dumbbell floor presses. So I'm doing the New Year's challenge in the Grounds app right now. It's been a nice change for me because it's more like circuit based, which in terms of me adjusting my workouts for my menstrual cycle, I honestly really don't. Like, I don't change my program workouts. I just continue business as usual. I think the New Year's challenge actually works out well for my period because it's just a different style doing supersets, and I find that it's less, I don't know if less inflammatory is the right word, but it just feels less taxing on my body. I don't necessarily struggle with really painful periods or anything like that. Definitely if you are someone like that, I can see where you do need to adjust your workouts. For me, it's more so just looking into my energy. And like day 1, day 2, I'm always a bit more fatigued. When it comes to my energy levels, that was exercise 1. Exercise 2 to superset's gonna be this is a full body workout, by the way, which is, again, it's also kind of nice for being day 2 of my period. Full bodies, just a little less taxing, so you're not going crazy on any one body part. But for me, just focusing on my energy levels, sometimes I do need to take one day from my lifts. I need to take an extra rest day, which is what I did yesterday. I felt very fatigued, and so I listened to my body. I took a rest day, did some cardio, got my body moving, but every cycle can be a little bit different too, so I think it's good to just be flexible with it. Like I said, some women don't need to change a thing, and that's perfectly fine too. There's no one right way to do it. We're all very different when it comes to our hormones and how it impacts us. Circuit 1. So moving into our second, like I said, this is full body. So now we're doing a little triceps on the Smith machine and close grip. Yeah, close grip tricep press. I honestly don't do these enough, so I'm really glad they're in the routine. Make sure I'm hitting mid-chest. I gotta move myself on the bench a little bit. I'm not going too heavy, so I'm not in a danger zone. These always feel good. They're one of those movements that I'm like, oh, this is so super easy. And then towards the end, my triceps are done. I notice I don't get as sore on full body days, of course, because you're not taxing one muscle group too much, which kind of works out nicely because I am incorporating a lot of running right now too. If you guys want me to do a separate video discussing being a hybrid athlete, we're gonna go to inverted rows now as my superset. Hybrid athlete meaning I focus on running, but I'm also focusing on my lifts. A lot of people think you can't do both and maintain muscle. I've absolutely mastered the ability to do both. So if you guys want a video on that separately, or like my running journey, then feel free to throw that in the comments below. I love inverted rows. Something about them feels good, and they make me feel strong. All right, 1 set done. So this is actually a tri-set, finishing off this with dumbbell lateral raises. I have to be very careful with these to make sure my arms are moving at the same rate. I have difficulty with that ever since I broke my shoulder, like 5 years ago now, I think it was. Also, I do want to mention during that time of the month, it helps to wear articles of clothing that make you feel good, that make you feel confident. For me, I like things that are less compressive in my stomach. Some people may be the total opposite, but the Rosa leggings honestly are so forgiving and soft that I feel the most confident in them during workouts this time of the month. And by the way, this sports bra is super old. This is not a clue to what's to come. This is prior to Buff Bunny Collection even having launch names. And I cleaned out my closet this week and I found it and I'm like, ooh, that's a cute little titty bra. So this is just a throwback. This is not a clue. I am. The white bras, you just can't keep the pads in there. That's awkward, only one?
Only one.
This one's ready to go. Like, She's down for a good time. Keep it light for these. My legs are feeling very tight today. These are alternating reverse lunges. These sneakers I don't love for anything leg day related. They're amazing for anything else, but leg day, they're so cushy. Sometimes I lose my footing, so I have to be careful. But sometimes for movements like this, I like to go just a little bit lighter and take my time. Just increase that time under tension. You don't always have to go as heavy as you can go. That's something I dealt with for a long time. Just really checking my ego that just because I can go heavier doesn't mean I have to. So sometimes it's just slower and increasing the time under tension or increasing your reps. Just because the app says you have to do a set amount of reps, do what feels good to you. There's no right or wrong. It's good to have a blueprint, but you always should adjust based on what you need to do. Let's see what's next. Bulgarian split squats. It's a love-hate with these. It's a love-hate. Just get the right stance here. Everyone's stance for what feels comfortable on these is going to be a little bit different too. And you can also kind of target quads or glutes more depending on how much of a lean you do. But do what feels good for you. I know I can go heavier on these. It's one of those movements where you're like, oh, I can go heavier. And then when you're between rep 10 to 12, ooh, it burns. Burns real quick. It's humbling. These are always humbling. My legs are just very fatigued today. And it's not even because of my workouts, I don't think. Honestly, I believe this is where my menstrual cycle just makes me feel tired out a little bit more easier than I normally would. So we're gonna make sure we eat lots of good foods today too. And hydrate. I'm gonna share with you all a full day of eating today along with Aunt Flo being here because many of you have reached out to me and said, asked me, I should say, how do I deal with cravings or how do I balance staying on track when it's Shark Week? So wanted to just share with you a full day of eating. We did one last week too if you want to check that out. For me, the cold brew coffee is something that is a game changer for me.
That seems to start our day straight after the gym.
It always does. Right? I always look forward to it, and I guess I had just enough creamer left. I'm just gonna finish this one off. I feel like it additionally helps me during that time of the month because it's sweet. I don't make mine overly sweet, but it gives me that, yes, there's cookies in the protein that I eat. So it gives me a little bit of that sweet satisfaction on a daily basis because honestly, I always have sweets. I always incorporate something sweet into my everyday life. That's how I do business. I've always had a sweet tooth and I've learned to work with it. And I recommend y'all do the same too if that's something you struggle with, not just during your period, but just in everyday life. If you have a sweet tooth, find ways to work with it instead of against it and act like it's not something that you crave. I find that it goes a lot longer with sustaining a healthy lifestyle and making it easy and not feeling like you're ever going off track if you find a way to work with it. So the cold brew coffee and having a sweeter coffee really does assist me with that. So that's why I always keep it in. Plus your girl just needs her coffee in the morning. So we're gonna hit this up and then I'm gonna make Jason's.
Do you crave coffee in your period? Because you said the past 2 days, all day long, you kept saying, it's 3 o'clock, but I wish I could have coffee right now. It's 2 o'clock, but I wish I had coffee right now. It's 1 o'clock, I wish I had a coffee right now.
I'm glad you brought that up because that was something I was thinking about mentioning.
I've never heard you crave coffee as hard as you did the past couple days.
Remember I said that. So I feel like sometimes I do, and I think it's not the caffeine that I'm craving, it's the sweetness of the coffee.
Yeah.
So I did try out that Starbucks. They have a new oat milk shaken espresso. It's a hazelnut one. And at least the way the girl made it for me, I had it one day. It was so good. It was so sweet. And I think I've been craving that ever since. So I don't know if I'm feeling, I have a little bit of a guideline for how I want to eat today, but I'm also going to let my body kind of dictate and show me the way. Because I can easily start the morning feeling like I'm ready to eat healthy all day. I don't have a huge appetite. We're gonna tackle this day. Before you know it, it's like 4 hours later and you're ravenous, you're starving, you're craving sweets. I don't know if any of you ladies can relate, but it can switch on and off that quickly throughout the day, right? And it can be this way whether you're on your period or not, but definitely on your period, things can really just sway with the wind very quickly. So I'm gonna have that kind of fluidity throughout my day and share with you how I tackle if and any cravings that come up. But this one really starts the day for me very well in terms of combating those cravings.
You guys hear the Stanley mug debacle? We bought a lead test kit. We're gonna test your Stanley mug I bought you for your birthday.
I'm scared.
And if it comes out positive for lead, I'm like, yo, you need to refund me. You need to refund me that. It was like $55, $60.
They're expensive. I don't understand how people have like 17 of those.
So stick around. We'll show you if that comes out positive or not.
Good point. We do need to test that.
What's that, super porridge?
Yeah, so in addition to the protein coffee, I'm really hungry this morning. I'm feeling it this morning. Some mornings I can kind of like wait a little bit. Today is not that day. So I'm gonna start the morning with the super porridge. This is from Chroma Wellness. I really like this. It has a lot of good ingredients in it, goji berries, hemp seeds, just really vitamin, mineral rich, which is really what you want during your period.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, so it's under here. I also loaded it with a ton of berries too, just for a little extra volume. I like to add in more fruit during my period too. In addition to the nutrition, it also just helps a bit with my desire for sweet things. So I've got my breakfast here, and then I also just wanted something savory because I like a sweet and a savory. So I just did up one of these quick little spinach egg white frittatas. They're just like a little...
They remind me of like...
a little nibble. They're kind of like the Starbucks egg white bites.
That, yeah.
But much better macros.
What are the macros on those?
These are 4 fat, 5 carb, and 5 protein. So 70 calories. I usually eat 2 of them at a time, but I figure with the coffee and the oatmeal stuff and the berries, 1 would probably be good, at least for now. So that is gonna start off our morning here. We can do that maybe.
Right, now we're YouTube ready.
We're YouTube ready.
Now we are. Okay.
Do I look too disgusting?
Let me turn down the light a little bit. I said I'm ready.
Oh, I didn't know.
Like 2 minutes ago.
I was waiting for the record button to go on.
I hit it like 2 minutes ago.
I didn't hear nothing. Just got done a little cardio downstairs, so we are ready to go for the next meal. So we have
what's a little cardio?
A little cardio?
Is it spinning? Is it Pilates? Is it running?
I did the run.
And how far?
I did
You didn't know?
I did like a 5K. I did a little bit of walking in there because I did a little bit of texting, a little bit of crying. And then I just
That was 2024. We wouldn't expect anything less after coming out of 2023.
You know, it's what we do. We get emotional over things. We get in our feelings. We are here to feel all our feelings at 40. It's what we do now.
I'm feeling them abs.
Can you see them?
I can.
All right, so I have a very special, purposely planned lunch for today. I am very grateful that Jason actually this is my hookup from my man, from the cameraman. We have here a beautiful, the plate looks kind of nasty. I let it sit out at room temperature. We have a beautiful bison fillet. Are you familiar with bison? Let me know if you've had it before or not. This is probably like the best bison that there is out there. This is from Buck Wild Bison, and they are so nice. I don't know them personally, but they
Shout out to Shane.
Shout out to Shane. Thank you for sending me should I show him the meat sticks real quick?
Yeah, show him the meat sticks.
Yeah. Y'all, I get down with some meat sticks.
They know this about
you. For a while. You've seen it while I travel. These are hands down. They're not even in the same ranking as chomps or anything else. I can't eat them now. They're so good. So they also have bison meat sticks. We have teriyaki here. He sent over a whole thing of them, the original 2 teriyaki. There's a spicy one that's also so good. The texture is just like, should I eat one right now too? Get in all my beef.
I want to bite.
They're so good. My mouth is watering thinking about it. Jason normally doesn't even like these, but he eats them. Just wanted to show them too because these are they're great travel portable protein options. But
it's the only meat stick I like.
Yeah, and it gets challenging to get protein in. Like, this is such an easy way to just pack, 8 grams of protein right in your purse.
If they're wondering why I have the hookup, it's because he sends us organ meats for the dog. So organ meats are super hard to find when you're feeding a raw diet, especially high quality ones.
Yeah, we've been struggling.
So I've been getting organ meats from Buck Wild Bison.
What a blessing. So yeah, they sell the organ meat that we use for raw feeding with the dogs, but they also have
lots of human food.
Human food, right? So bison, we're gonna have that today. I wanted to pull up some random facts on bison. Like I said, this is strategic. I do try to get red meat in coming into my menstrual cycle.
That's a nice Galaxy S24 Ultra before I even got mine.
New phone here, sorry boo. So bison is primarily range-fed, eats grass, which we know from cutting up the trachea of a bison.
There's grass in its trachea.
There is grass in there. Bison meat, okay, so it has less fat compared to beef, and it has a more favorable fatty acid composition. So fewer calories, less saturated fat, a relative proportion of unsaturated to saturated, so it's just good for our health, heart health. It's also richer in protein, higher amounts of micronutrients such as vitamin B12, zinc, iron, selenium, and omega-3 fatty acids. So this goes hand in hand to what we should be nourishing our bodies with during our menstrual cycle. Honestly, the recommendations aren't that much different than how we should be eating all the time. It's just really getting in nutrient-dense foods and maybe beefing up your levels of B vitamins and iron, which we can get deficient in during this time of the month. And I know myself, I can run slightly on the anemic side, so it's really important for me to make sure I am getting in some red meat. No better way to do it. So I left this sitting out at room temperature. I'm just gonna add a little garlic sea salts and a little bit of pepper to it. I've always found that fillets of any kind, you slap it too. You hear the smack? They just cook better if you let them get to room temperature, so you wanna let it sit out for like 30 minutes. And the way I like to cook this, although I'll be honest, this is my first time cooking my own bison fillet. I've had it, my first time cooking it though. So what we're gonna do is sear it on the stove. I should probably let the stove heat up with, I find it very important to not be stingy. Use a little bit of butter, a little grass-fed butter we're gonna use. Don't use like a non-stick cooking spray, all right? Allocate yourself to eat some fats. Yeah, it just tastes so much better, honestly. It cooks better. This is the way we do it if we're gonna do our filet justice. So I'm gonna do, heat up a little bit of Kerrygold butter, put the filet on. We're gonna sear it on both sides, and then honestly, don't be scared. We're gonna finish it off in the air fryer to cook it all the way through. And then I gotta figure out my sides to go with it too.
Meat stick.
Honestly, I could probably eat all those meat sticks. I need to put them in the cupboard right now, or else I'm gonna have a meat stick in my mouth.
Code Jason, save you 10%.
Oh yeah, we'll leave that link down below because honestly, like I am gonna have to keep buying the meat sticks. So I'm glad you have a code now to save me a little coin. Thank you, baby, and thank you, Shane. Not a lot's changing over here with the veggie spread. This is what's good about if you're feeling a little lazy, if you're married to Jason Corey, you know you have veggies already chopped in the fridge. To my benefit. He's always keeping things ready for us. The veg, we're going to keep it simple. I do love asparagus with steak. Are you like me? Sometimes there's certain veggies I think pair better with certain meats, right? That makes sense.
For me too.
Yeah, like certain carbs. I think like I always crave a sweet potato or some kind of potato with a steak versus rice. And with fish, I always want rice. So I'm just... But
unfortunately, the only green I can really tolerate is that in small amounts.
We have more of this, right?
No, that's it. That's why I keep telling you I'm not used to you being home, even though it's been almost a year.
The rest is for you. I won't go too overboard with it then. I could add some carrots to this too, because we have carrots, but I don't know, it's one more thing to cut up. Peppers, do we have more peppers?
Nope.
Whoa, we went through all this real quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go to the store tomorrow, huh?
Yep.
All right, so peppers.
And then you got 2 onions left
asparagus. Onion, yeah,
You're doing raw though, right? Onion and garlic?
I've been going heavy on onion. I usually do a mix of both.
I do that too a lot.
Like I like a little, just a little bit of both. Has that been 2 minutes? Love to see it. It smells really good. So I'll do a
Shane
little.
said bison cooks quicker.
He did. That's why I'm keeping an eye on it. So I know how to perfectly cook just a regular beef fillet at home, but never done the bison. So I really don't want to mess it up. I feel that with steak, it is better to undercook it versus overcook it, because you should let it sit for 10 minutes after you cook it. And that is critical, I think. Waiting that 10 minutes for things to settle helps with the flavor. So I'd rather keep it undercooked.
So surprise him with your side.
Okay. Because I shaved a little bit of my nails off last time.
I was scared to shave my knuckles off.
It's
shaving Kara's sweet potato
It's risky.
down.
It is risky.
I was like, ooh, cheese grater, and how clumsy I am.
I know. It's a little sketch, but there's something about it that's worth it, because I don't know. I don't feel like eating a big sweet potato, but you want to make it into little shredded hash bits. Sign me up. Sign me up. How's it look from up there, Jay?
Looks good.
Looks like a good meal. We're gonna try it out, see how this bison steak tastes. Get a little fork action, because I don't know what's going on over there, what's dirty, what's not. Did we show the sweet potato hash yet?
We didn't.
We didn't.
That was the secret surprise.
It was just a little shredded sweet taters cooked in a little olive oil. Okay. So for the bison steak, I seared it, and then I did pop it in the air fryer a little bit, because sometimes I like stuff this pink in the middle, but oh gosh, not always. So we're gonna try it out first. If I wanna throw it in longer, I can. How do you guys eat your steak? Please comment that below. Are you a rare, medium rare, well done? Let a hoe know. Whoa, that's good.
Can I have that other little piece?
Mm-hmm. That literally tastes so tender, like there's not an ounce of fat in it. I don't like fatty meats. I love fat, don't get me wrong. Fatty meats.
That's so tender.
Gross me out. Right? Maybe I will just eat it like this.
Wow, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
That's super good.
Yeah, I don't want to cook it any longer, because I think it'll get like
It'll ruin
leather.
that perfectness.
It's the thing with steak. It'll turn into shoe leather real quick. 10 out of 10. Yum.
So that's your first bison filet mignon.
Delightful.
And we got
We kicked butt. You helped me cook it too.
I did.
Nice
got
job.
a bison sirloin in there. And there's another steak. What
A
was it
strip
called?
steak, right?
It started with a C, I thought. It's a steak I never heard of.
Oh, I don't know.
We'll share it with them in another video. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you don't miss these full day of eating videos.
That's right.
How's the hash and the veggies?
So good. Honestly, the raw garlic is such a game changer for how the veggies taste, because Jay, you're always really good about it, adding that in, and sometimes I get lazy and I'm like, I don't feel like chopping up the garlic, right? But it makes the veggies taste so much better, because
It makes them pop.
It makes them pop. It literally brings out their flavor. And it's not the same if you use like a minced garlic either. You have to like chop it fresh. And I know that's how you get the health benefits too, but even in terms of flavor, huge difference.
So you'll eat that.
Really good.
We're gonna do this quick. We should
We swabbing things?
I'm gonna swab things, if you don't mind. Do you mind?
Why don't we swab the Ghost shaker cup that drops tomorrow?
Okay. Then we'll swab the Stanley.
I'm assuming that's their first stainless steel one. It's my first stainless steel one from Ghost.
So we got these guys right here. These lead swabs.
Just got them off Amazon. How much were they? Cheap?
60 was like $20, I think, so not really cheap. I'd say it's kind of pricey.
It is. I'm gonna blow my nose so you guys don't listen to me sniffle.
I'm always like editing, and after like 30 minutes of, I'm like, babe, why don't you blow your nose?
Because I literally feel like I gotta walk around like this.
So Kara got a Ghost delivery the other day. And I'm like, why does this shaker cup look different? I pick up, I'm like, why is this shaker cup so heavy?
Right.
I didn't know these are coming out. And like, stainless steel shaker, there is a blender ball with it.
Yeah.
So it's not in here right now. So this is our shaker cup we use for like branch chains,
For
gamer. I already had
fancy
gamer.
things.
Not protein.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't like mixing. I don't like mixing protein in shaker cups with other stuff. You know, I feel like you can taste the milk.
So, this little swab. You put 5 drops on this, and you just rub it for 30 seconds.
That's what she said. You want a napkin?
Yeah. Four, 5. There's 5 drops. And just gently rub it in there. I'm gonna put this back on. Didn't take you long to eat that steak, did it?
I didn't think I had an appetite, but I was more hungry than I thought. My body told me otherwise.
What do we got for time on there? Okay. So it says 6 minutes. You gotta rub it for 30 seconds. That's a nice colorful plate. It's got like all the colors.
Isn't it? That's how I like to eat.
It's a man's meal.
Just because it's steak.
We're good to go. It would look...
It would turn red if there was lead.
Reddish. Yeah, reddish. Red or reddish gray. It's white. Mm-hmm. So we good. Now...
Stanley.
The Stanley. So this drops tomorrow. Code Kara?
Yep.
20% off.
Sorry, guys. 20% off. The blender bottle is stainless steel drops as well as the Phase Clan? Yeah, what is the...
Phase Up. This is my new favorite flavor.
Phase Up.
Where's your Stanley?
A gamer. It tastes kind of like a combo of Mountain Dew / 7-Up.
Yep, I would say that.
Really delicious. They're coming in an energy drink too. Mine hasn't arrived yet, but I'll do a taste test when it comes.
So the Stanley, 5 drops. So the swab after was white. It just basically wiped all the test material off it. Mm-hmm. Okay. And that says 7 minutes, 45 seconds. It'll be 30 seconds.
This sweet potato hash is like reignited my love for sweet potatoes. And sweet potatoes are an amazing source of vitamin C, which is really good to have when you're menstruating because it's gonna help you actually absorb things like iron and B vitamins that much better. So it's not a bad thing if you are anemic to pair some vitamin C with your iron. Did we pass Stanley Cup?
It just looks white to me, a little gray, but no lead detected. Lead detected looks red. So it looks like there's no lead.
But someone said all the ones they bought, did they buy them off Amazon, their Stanley Cups?
Ooh, that's a good...
Is that what they said? Someone tested multiple Stanley Cups that said they came back with lead.
But if they are off Amazon, they'll send you like counterfeit things. Like if it's a third-party seller.
Were those really Stanley Cups?
That's why we were testing that out. Because I think most of these things have lead in them. That's why you're not supposed to put them in the dishwasher, and there's like a coating over it.
Yeah.
So it's like if they get damaged, as I think when like if you scratched it really hard on the inside, for example, I think that's maybe when you get the lead.
That makes sense.
I'm not sure. So enjoy the rest of your meal, baby.
I'm glad I didn't have to throw out any mugs today.
Ditto. This is an expensive mug to have to throw out, if so.
That was my birthday mug.
You did some work.
Still going. So it's been raining the past week here, and it just started snowing out. Literally, when did it start snowing? Like a couple minutes ago?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Jason and I love the snow. Hopefully my hand-holding skills are decent.
Look at Justice go.
I know. There's something so satisfying about seeing them just be able to run. I wanted to mention, if you are someone that struggles with moodiness during that time of the month, I know I do. I struggle with it more prior to starting my period, where I can literally just feel empty and no emotion, things that I normally love. It hits me hard sometimes.
So I highly suggest, if you're able to get outside, regardless if it looks like this or if it's sunny where you are, get outside, get some fresh air, get yourself moving. Even if you're crampy, honestly, it can do you a lot of good to get in some movement. So, and yeah, sometimes if it's really painful, you just need to heat pack it, take a nice hot bath, do those types of things. But literally,
get the blood flowing.
Get the blood flowing, being outside with my dogs, with my fam. How beautiful. Nothing makes me happier.
Asparagus.
Oh, asparagus bits. What's left of them? It's better than nothing, right? Trying to create the rainbow here. Jason Corey.
What's up?
You gotta tell us what your popcorn shrimp recipe is. The people need to know.
You thaw out some shrimp.
Okay, the Trader Joe's shrimp, right?
You cut them up.
Real teeny tiny?
Real tiny.
Teeny tiny.
You spray them off olive oil.
Okay.
And you put tomato, basil, Mrs. Dash on them.
And we air fry them for
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
400 degrees.
Okay, perfect.
Usually get somebody on plan.
So this is my meal that I had already planned out that Jason was gonna cook for me today. He's just officially on shrimp duty. Like from here on out, we went for that beautiful snowy walk, which was delightful. Felt great. It's one of those things where you then come inside and like you get like warmed up and I'm like, I just kind of want to lay down now for the night. Like my body started to shut down. So I think that means it's time for this meal. So I'm excited. I just have the popcorn shrimp. How much did you cook me of the shrimp?
I don't know. You didn't ask me to weigh it.
I was curious. That's fine. That's good.
Don't eat it all. I gotta get a thumbnail.
Oh shoot, yeah.
Okay. We got that.
Thumbnail secured.
Yep. You'll see that on the thumbnail.
So popcorn shrimps, asparagus, mango. Probably would have been a lot more, but it was on its last day. Mangoes are a bit touchy. And then I just have some sticky rice with a little coconut oil on it. And I'm gonna do a little drizzle of my sugar-free teriyaki sauce. So
yesterday's mango was perfect. This was like starting to turn brown.
Our mango, when it's perfect, we say it tastes like gummy bears.
Yes. Gummy bears, gummy worms.
I don't know if anyone relates to that, but it's so good. But let me try it by itself.
Not yesterday, but still good.
Still good though.
Still good, yep.
You're right. So I'm gonna eat this, see how I'm feeling. The hunger's kicking in right now, so I'm gonna eat this, let it settle in.
You're probably wondering what the sound is.
I know. I don't think they're even doing this because we're filming. I think they just needed to get this. Sometimes they have to like let it out together. Even though they just went on a walk, like they have to like roughhouse a bit before.
Try the shrimp.
Before
Everybody
dinner.
wants to know how the shrimp is.
I already did. I said it was good.
Oh, did you?
Did you miss it?
I missed it.
They're really good. I'm gonna mix it all in together, but
I feel like it needs a little salt on it because she didn't want the cocktail sauce I make. I feel like a little salt on that would taste good.
yeah, but I'm gonna use a little of this.
Oh, then yeah, that's pure salt.
Yeah, tablespoon has 300 milligrams of sodium, so we're solid once I put this on.
All right, enjoy that, baby. I'm gonna go continue editing this vlog for your peeps.
Thanks, baby.
Yeah.
We have to talk about chocolate. You can't have a period vlog without talking about chocolate. Now, do you have to eat chocolate on your period? No, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do, but most of us do tend to crave it either pre-period or during our period. I thought it would be a good time to share with you a little recipe, some options that you can have in your arsenal on hand. If you don't need to eat the chocolate, great, but if you are just craving something immensely, there's a couple different approaches I always recommend people take, and it really just depends on the person and where they're at. Sometimes I tell people, if you are just craving it, just go get it, enjoy it, and move on from it, right? But for some of us, it helps to have healthier alternatives to kind of meet that craving, some lower sugar options, because we do know that sugar can, are you zooming in on the chocolate on my shirt? We do know chocolate can actually make menstrual cramps worse. Higher sugar can cause more inflammation and make your menstrual cramping worse. So Depends on you and what you need to do. So I wanted to show you what I made tonight and also offer up some other options that I always have on standby, regardless if it's Shark Week or not. I made tonight this little mug cake. I just cooked it in a bowl. This I did with just some oat flour, some cocoa, coconut oil, some sweetener, baking powder, a couple other bits in there. I haven't tried it yet, so I'll taste test that real quick to see if we like it and if I actually do recommend it. In addition to that, my go-tos when I'm craving chocolate that kind of get the job done. Number one, I always like to have some kind of dark chocolate on hand in my house. This is something for me personally, I won't go overboard on dark chocolate. It tastes okay, tastes decent, but I have no desire to eat this whole bag of chocolate, you feel me? So just having like 1, 2, or 3 of these dark chocolates gets the job done. That's always a good standby. Also, you probably already know if you've been here for a bit, I love these Bear Bells protein bars. These have been my go-to. The chocolate dough are really chocolatey and delicious. The Krispy Kreme one's good too. That one's actually my favorite, but if I'm craving chocolate, that one is my go-to. And then another great option, if you can get your hands on it still, because this is limited time, the Ghost hot chocolate, just the milk chocolate flavor with the little marshmallows in it. Just a nice little nightcap, you know? It kind of satisfies that sweet tooth and doesn't break the bank.
Or my chocolate pancakes.
Or one of Jay's chocolate protein pancakes, which we shared that during Forever Fitness, right?
Yep.
Okay, so those are just a few options. I am someone, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I always incorporate some kind of sweets, whether it's fruit or chocolate. I keep those things on hand, but I keep things on hand that are realistic for me. I don't just keep tons of cookies and donuts and all that stuff. I just don't, because I don't like to eat all that. So I am someone that likes this approach. Let's try this out, see how it turned out. I did throw on there some chocolate chips. Just cook the, oh, that texture looks pretty good, Jay. Look at the texture. I like the texture. It's not overly chocolatey. I did use the special dark cocoa. I really like it. You want to try it, babe?
Yeah, but it give me mad if I'm underwhelmed because I like my pancakes.
You'll be underwhelmed because it's not sweet. It's not super sweet. So I added 2 packets of stevia and then I did some of the dark chocolate drops, but I didn't want to go overboard on those. And you know, sometimes when you taste the batter, it tastes different after you cook it.
Yeah.
So I just didn't want to go overboard with sweetness, but I really like it.
I'm just being honest, I did not like the batter that I tasted.
Oh, you don't have to eat it if you don't want.
I just brushed my teeth too.
I feel like it's best if you get a bite of chocolate chip in each one. I like it.
I'm gonna get a little chocolate chip in there.
You only just took the chocolate chip off of it.
Because I had... It tastes salty to me.
I put a little salt in it. I don't taste the salt though. I like it. I like it the more I eat it. Texture, good. Chocolate, good.
I'll stick to my pancakes.
Personal pan brownie, good. I wanted to do something without protein, but I really like that.
So these are the ingredients you used?
Most of them, I put away, I used a little bit of milk. I used a little bit of decaf coffee in it, a little bit of salt. I used everything. I didn't really use a lot. It honestly was just all stuff I already had in the house, so it was easy enough. I could probably like modify this if I needed to, but I like it. There you have it.
Texture was good.
It's a full day of how I navigate eating on my period. I hope you enjoyed following me along navigating this full day of eating and a little bit of fitness while I'm on my period. Hope you took a shot every time I said period or menstruation throughout this entire video. That's gonna include... Make sure you do give this video a like and make sure you are subscribed before you head on out of here so you don't miss any of the newest videos. And I'll catch you in the next one.